Hello, Open Table United Methodist Church friends. This is Pastor Sarah coming at you from the narthex here at Open Table United Methodist Church. I realize that this is a really busy season. Lots of people are asking you for money. Lots of people have needs, and those needs are really valid and important. There's so many things to donate to. And here at Open Table United Methodist Church, on this Giving Tuesday, we'd like to ask you to consider donating to us. This is a tax-deductible charitable donation. And one of the reasons we're asking this is because it has been a really big year for Open Table. We've had lots of growth, we've had new people in our community, we've had beautiful celebrations, and also we have had a massive amount of building expenses. Something we love about Open Table is this beautiful building we exist in. We inherited a gorgeous 1942 church building located in the Mordecai Oakwood area of Raleigh. And with that comes a lot of costs. Those costs aren't just utilities and other things which are month-to-month income through tithe or use of space or other ways are mostly covered by, but those expenses sometimes are when there's an accident, when things happen, when things break. This year, we had a lot of that at Open Table. This year, we ended up having to do major work on the gutters outside of the church as they were causing a lot of water damage. In that process, all of our gutters have now been replaced, blockages have been removed. We are no longer actively having water damage done to the interior of the building. And we spent a good amount of money trying to ensure that the gutters were fixed and the water damage could be resolved. We're now at the point of needing to pay for the beginning of resolving the water damage. Unfortunately, water damage has been done to the walls located within our beautiful sanctuary, and those walls are plaster. We're not exactly sure how much it's going to cost, but we're expecting that to be a costly project to repair the water damage done to our beautiful plaster walls in the sanctuary. In addition, when the gutters were cleaned, the people who we partnered with to do that work in Raleigh cleaned our outdoor space. And they power washed all of the concrete and the steps and everything outside. And it is truly unbelievable how beautiful the outdoor space looks. Unfortunately, in the season of COVID, in a time of things just kind of going overlooked, the landscaping here at Open Table has gotten a little bit out of control. And so one of the things we're looking to do in the year 2025 is to spend money in order to overhaul our landscaping and then pick new landscaping that is easy to maintain, affordable, and hopefully will not need to be overhauled again in the near future. In addition to this work that's happened, friends, this year we spent around $30,000 replacing an air conditioning unit. This air conditioning unit was 35 years old, so she had surely done her time. But the air conditioning unit was to our fellowship hall, located below where I'm standing right now. The fellowship hall is a hub for Open Table. It is where our open market happens weekly, a market which is free for community members to come in and receive goods that they may be in need of. This market gives away fresh produce, meat, bread, other staples that people perhaps cannot access. The market, when I first began here, was serving maybe 10 households a month. And now, 3 years later, she is serving 150 or so households a month. The market has boomed. In addition to the market happening in that space, we now have a variety of community groups regularly in our fellowship hall. We have an NA group who meets there weekly. We have a variety of other folks who use the fellowship hall for things like baby showers, parties, wedding showers, or getting ready for a wedding here in the sanctuary. We also have groups like Food for Thought, a local nonprofit organization who ensures that people are being fed because food is a right and not a privilege, using our space weekly. Ensuring the fellowship hall is a space that can be cooled during the summer, where air circulation is happening, is really important because it is not only a space that's utilized by Open Table once in a while, but it is a space that is being used almost every single day of the week to do work in our community and to welcome in community partners. Replacing that air conditioning unit was necessary and an unexpected expense. Things are going to break. And we did not have $35,000 or $30,000 in our budget to do that this year. In our asking you to give for Giving Tuesday, one of the things we're hoping to do is recoup some of the money we spent on that. Another thing we did this year was work on improving our bathrooms down in the fellowship hall area, creating a gender-neutral bathroom that is more accessible to people. It's more aesthetically pleasing. It is affirming of all gendered people, and it is a space for families, or if there's multiple people who need to go into a restroom at a time, it is large enough to do that. This year here at Open Table, we also experienced flooding in a downstairs portion of the church due to some storm drainage issues in our area. Part of being a historic area means we also have historic storm drain systems. And when water has no place to go, it ran into the downstairs entrance of our building that backs up to our parking lot. What that did was cause all of the flooring in that area to need to be removed and replaced. Being that it's in a 1960s building, that flooring contained asbestos. And so for the safety of all people, we went through the process of asbestos abatement to neutralize that. It was really important to us we did it in a way that was proper and safe, because what many people don't realize is the downstairs entrance to the church is one of our most utilized entrances. Not necessarily on Sunday morning, though it is an accessible entrance that gives you access to our elevator. It is used daily by our renters or our nonprofit partners who are also in the space. It is the entry point for Wake Monarch Academy, which is a recovery high school, the only recovery high school located here in the Triangle. It is where students and faculty come in every single day in order to access their classrooms located in our education building. That entrance also is backing up to another one of our nonprofit partners in the building. Recovery Communities of North Carolina is located on that same floor, and their back door actually was where the flooding stopped. But needing to access their back door is obviously a thing. And so repairing the flooring was necessary not just for ourselves, but for our community partners who are doing really important work in the Raleigh area. Our free market, our open market, also utilizes that entrance every single week. Ensuring the entrance was something that was accessible, that had accessible flooring, that was repaired as quickly as possible was really, really important to us. We went through the process of abatement, of asbestos removal. We went through a process of putting down new floors, and we now have absolutely beautiful new flooring in that space. And unfortunately, while insurance did cover part of the water restoration work needed in the flooding of our elevator shaft and flooding of an HVAC system and the floors and the need to dry out things, it covered $10,000 of work. It did not cover any of the asbestos expenses and some of the additional charges we came across. We ended up spending about $20,000 on that entire water restoration and floor replacement project. And so on this Giving Tuesday, friends, my goal has been to give you a quick rundown of everything that's happened in our building this year. It has been a magical place. We had worship services celebrating LGBTQ people. We gave out hundreds of things to hundreds and thousands, probably, of people at Raleigh Pride this year. We host anywhere around 4 to 6 nonprofits in our space a week. Some people use it on a different schedule. We are becoming more and more a hub of community. And in being a hub of community is the importance to maintain a space. And so on this Giving Tuesday, we're asking you to donate to Open Table so that we can continue to cultivate a building space, not just for our worshiping community, which is committed to being welcoming and inclusive of all people, but for the Raleigh community that we serve, for our nonprofit partners, for all of those who need a place to gather. If you are able, friends, please give. And know how deeply loved you are by me and by everyone else at Open Table. Have a great Tuesday.